Middlesex were made to wait for qualification to the next stage of the one-day cup as they were beaten by rivals Gloucestershire by 5 wickets with 17 balls to spare in Radlett. Stevie Eskenazi drove Zafar Gohar to Jack Taylor and was out for 3. Eskenazi had batted after winning the toss but found his side in some bother when Mark Stoneman nicked off to Zafar, Middlesex on 19 for 2 after 8 troublesome overs. After 25 overs, Milan, in partnership with the patient Sam Robson, had added 79 runs for the 3rd wicket, the total on 98 for 2. It had been a stand which had shown respect to the conditions and to the visiting attack, and in doing that, these two were batting their team into a position of strength. Last time out, Milan scorched to a 50 off 26 deliveries. He was raising his bat again, but this time, his half-century had occupied 71 balls, he reaching a milestone with his 6th boundary. Robson also added 50 to his accumulation of runs and success in this tournament. Patience had been the key for him, this just his 3rd 4 in an innings spanning 2 hours and using up 79 balls. It was now time to crack on, and 2 balls later, he launched Zafar over the rope for a 6 which took the partnership to 125. The next ball, Robson was out, missing a sweep to be trapped in front for 59, a hugely significant effort in the context of this contest. That brought Max Holden to the crease, and he looked to pick up from where he left off last time when he blasted a blistering 50. He had time to get himself in before he took on Taylor with back-to-back boundaries. In an over which was completed with Milan clearing the rope to move into the 70s. It was now time to kick on, but instead the hosts lost both batsmen in successive overs. Holden on 26 was brilliantly held at fine leg after a top-edged pull, while Milan's inspirational innings ended on 81, another good catch seeing the back of him. The hard work earlier was being undone as Luke Holman played on to Paul van Meekeren, Middlesex slipping to 192 for 6 with 7 overs to go. There was no time to dwell on the sudden losses, and Joe Cracknell went after van Meekeren. He survived a chance on the rope, the ball just landing over it. Martin Anderson, meanwhile, went after Tom Smith. 29 important runs added for the 7th wicket. Cracknell then fell for 17, top-edging to 3rd man midway through over 47. While in the next, Umesh Yadav mishit to cover to depart with a single run to his name. Max Harris was the next man in, and in just his 2nd innings in List A cricket, he pummeled his 4th delivery a long way for 6. He fell 2 balls later for a dozen, Gloucestershire at the top of their game for the most part in the field. So Middlesex had to settle for a final score of 256 for 9, with Anderson getting them that far with a couple of 4s in the last over, he making a handy 31 to set the visitors a target that they were going to have to battle to reach. Middlesex then started the defence of that score in the ideal manner, Toby Greatwood bowling Ben Wells with just his 2nd delivery. But that was the only moment of success for some time as Ben Charlesworth and Marcus Harris bedded in. Harris looked in good nick, picking off boundaries a little too often as far as the home support was concerned. Harris and Charlesworth were quickly making light of the job at hand. Charlesworth played very well in reaching his 50, made it a runner ball. The young left-hander would have known by now that the only way his side could lose was if they were to be bowled out. But after 20 overs, Gloucestershire was still only one man down, and Charlesworth was making batting look quite easy. The target was becoming one that would cause no problems. Indeed, halfway through the chase, the Gloucesters had 132 runs on the board, Harris going long off Robson to secure his 50 off 62 balls. The visitors now required 125 more for the remaining 25. That target was down to 109 when Middlesex finally broke through. Harris on 57, trying to go big again off Holman, mistiming his shot to Eskenazi. The partnership had realised 141 runs, and now Middlesex needed to make the most of its conclusion. Robson did his part, although with a bit of fortune, as a full toss was hit by James Bracey to Holman, who did superbly to hold on. That left Gloucestershire on 159 for 3 in the 33rd over, and 19 runs later, Harris had Ollie Price chasing and edging a wide ball, which found the edge, Cracknell doing the rest behind the stumps. 45 was still wanted when Charlesworth's excellent innings was brought to an end by Anderson on 97, a top-edged pull landing in the gloves of Cracknell. Gloucestershire were now 5 down and needed 44 runs from 9 overs. Wickets were still wanted for Middlesex as the pressure built and the tension mounted. Taylor relieved some of that for his team with a couple of boundaries which now had the runs required down to 17 from 5 overs. It was left to the man who started the match with Eskenazi's wicket, Zafar, to finish off the game. This for taking Gloucestershire over the winning line with 17 balls unused. Taylor, unbeaten on 48, made from 41. So Gloucestershire won by 5 wickets, and that now leaves 6 teams vying for 3 places to move forward in this competition. Middlesex lie second and know that victory at Hove on Tuesday will be enough and will probably move them straight to the semi-finals with a home tie.